You good, Curious?
I am.
Okay, I just wanted to let you know I was here, so you'd be because I was on a phone call. I was like, "Oh my God, I gotta get in that studio." Is there anything you need help with?
I'm not sure whether the video started. I think it's just gone live.
Let's see. Yeah, you got 50 something seconds. So let's see. Oh, you are live right now. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go backstage. Okay.
Okay. Hi, guys. Great start. Sorry, I went straight live. Forgot the video. It's highly very unusual because I'm sat looking just at a screen of myself. I'm used to somebody actually being sat on the opposite side. So I apologise. Please bear with me. I haven't got the foggiest idea what I'm doing, as you can probably tell from the name on the screen. What tonight really is about. Oh, it's Sam saying it was her. It was not you, Sam, at all. Before I do make a start, what I want to do is say a very, very big thank you to Richie for allowing me to come onto his network, to Sam for, you didn't see the video, but what a fantastic video. Maybe she can play it at the end. But an absolutely astounding job, and also for the rest of the crew as well. Wojo, Jean, for all your support, and as well for Jason out there, Jared, thank you so much for all the support that you've given. Tonight, really, all I'm doing is I wanted to come on, basically get used to being in the studio, and just give you a little background of what is actually to come. I just need to get rid of this as well because I've got a line across my head. Can't see myself at all. So the idea is to bring my Curious Cryptids page onto a network. So apart from actually just being on Facebook telling stories, I wanted to come on and share those stories with everybody else because I think they're very, very important. They're important to me. The reason being is, for me, those stories are our history, they're our past, and they were very generously told to me by various amounts of people, and I just didn't want to see those stories and legends die. A lot of people, if I use the UK as an example, don't believe in those stories anymore. They just don't pass them down. And I know it's slightly different across the world and the globe, as you'll see as we go into it. But I wanted to pass that generation down, and I've got to learn to read the chat as well. Hi, Martin. Hi, Mary. So that is the concept of why I wanted to do it, because I just don't want to let those legends die. Oral traditions have been around for centuries to not be passed down. Technology, things change, but those oral histories are what our world is basically built on. So that is the concept. So how am I going to do it? Well, I didn't want to make it just like a little story time, but yeah, I will. I will read out the stories what I've already put on my page, just one cryptid at a time. But I want it to be a little bit more than that. I don't just want it to be, this is the story. I want it to be like an open conversation of what you guys think, because it's what you guys think that's important. It helps us understand better. People have different ideas. I'm not saying that my ideas are necessarily right. They're the stories that's been passed down to me, but other people have different opinions as well. And hopefully together we can break them down and see if we can say, do you know, what really is it that people are seeing out there? Is it just a story? Are they seeing other things? Along with the like one-off cryptids, I also want to do like a little mini series, because for me, some of those cryptids are worth more than one program. And I'll take, for example, Bigfoot. Bigfoot is certainly worth more than just one program. So the mini series is going to be broken down into segments. So week 1, we're going to look at Bigfoot and learn where he is around the globe, break it down into his origins. Where does it come from? Where did it start? How did the story start? You know, everything has an origin, no matter what it is. Where does it come from? So that's the first week that I want to do. The second week, what we will do is we will look at the theories behind what people think about it. Open debate, nobody's wrong. Looking at, you know, for example, for Bigfoot, for example, we know that people think it's flesh and blood, people think it's interdimensional, people think it's an ancient being. So I want to discuss those stories about what's behind, do you know, whether, I know some people think it's actually a government conspiracy, but let's break that down into segments and see whether we can actually debunk any of those stories. Week 3, I'm hoping to look at evidence, like witness statements, get some guests on. I will be sending out some invites. It would be nice to have quite a few people on as guests to get a whole broad perspective of what people think. I also have lots of questions, so hopefully do a little bit of a interview with people as well, find out what they think and what they believe. And then on week 4 will be what's known as like the roundup robin. Take everything that we've learned in those 4 weeks and see if there's some of those things that we can actually physically say, that's definitely not what it is. And then hopefully at the end of those 4 weeks, we can have maybe a bit of a better, closer answer to some of those cryptids. Obviously, I want you guys to be a part of it. I want people to throw out things, you know, give their ideas out there, what they think. I might even send you away with homework to come back, do your own studying, do your own research. And I know a lot of you out there already do. You do quite a lot of research yourselves. I'm just reading. BMO, I love her accent. Here in Texas, we ain't got none. Is that my accent? My accent's very northern. It's very up north, as they say. It's a Viking accent. Hey, Mickey. So for tonight, I'm going to throw open a discussion. So I want to look at folklore. For everyone out there as well, I want your opinions on what you think it is. So what do you guys think folklore is? What does it mean? Anyone got any suggestions? And I'm looking at all your comments. Do we think they're just stories? Do we think there's something more behind it? Yeah, Jason, Bigfoot cousin, hairy man of Ben McDure. I've actually been there, the grey man. I didn't actually see him, and I didn't even actually get to go up at Ben McDure. It was quite misty when I went up there, quite eerie actually. So legends that have been passed down. Folk lore are stories with truth mixed in there. Hi, Jess. Definitely more than just stories. I like that one. They all had to be. They all had to start at some bit of truth. Well, Rhonda, your mind thinks like mine. BMO's here. The term folklore cryptid, most likely refers to the Mapinguari, a Brazilian cryptid described as having robust claws. Correct. Correct. So for me, Kurt says folklore, I believe they are real stories or encounters that happened, but over time either got tarnished or there's more people that don't believe it than do because a lot of time that's passed. I can only comment at red light. Jason, keep your eye on the road. For me, my brain always takes me to every story as an element of truth. Something has to have happened for that memory to be in our brain. So is it a memory that's been passed down? Have people seen something from long ago and that's now been passed down through the generations? Now, when I went to uni and I studied paleontology, we were taught that science likes to put things in a box. There has to be some logical answer there. And I have actually got some of the answers my tutor gave me. So when we were studying paleontology, because paleontology isn't just about studying dinosaurs, like a lot of people think, it is about studying human evolution. It's about how the planet was formed. It's everything that science thinks it can explain. However, on the flip side of that, we were all told to go and study folklore as well. Lucky for me, I'd already done quite a lot of my own research being out in the field. So I answered all of my paleontology questions with a bit of folklore in there. And my tutors came back, and I want to read you some of the answers that they gave me because, like I said, they like to put things in a box. So, dinosaur bones and dragons. My tutor said that large dinosaur bones were sometimes mistaken for the remains of dragons. In parts of Europe and China, stories about dragons may have been inspired by people finding massive bones. Giant fossils and giants. Mammoth bones and other large prehistoric animals' remains were often thought to belong to giants. They helped fuel folklore about giant humans who once roamed the earth. Now, I had a very, I wouldn't say heated debate, but for me, because I think that there is something there that people have seen things, and we've all heard the stories of Nephilim and things. For me, there is something behind that. But where science is concerned, all of these are just myth and legend, including, would you believe, that some very, very large fossil footprints were found, but the tutor said they were believed to be marks left by gods, giants, or mythical beasts, as people think. So obviously, my first thought went to Bigfoot. And obviously, my tutor totally disagrees because science doesn't believe in it because they can't put it in a box. However, I have been doing quite a bit of digging around, and there's a couple of things that I want to show you. I don't know if Sam, are you around, Sam? How do I put my picture up? You'll have to forgive me, guys. I'm learning. Oh, it's uploading. Right, it's very small. I do understand that. So these are some of the things that really, really intrigued me when I was doing my studying. And the reason being, folklore actually goes back thousands and thousands and thousands of years to the time at the start of humanity. So it's not just centuries old, it's thousands of years old. Now, some of these cave paintings that I've discovered, not personally, I wish, depict what we look at now as folklore or can relate to folklore. And I understand it is very, very little, but the two pictures in the middle, for example, I'd like your thoughts, guys. The original cave painting, my picture does not do it justice. So I don't know if you can actually see my little hand on there. So this one is the actual cave painting, but this is not just a cave painting. This was actually carved into the rock first, because this one was actually an etching. The gentleman that did it put his paper over the rock and he did a rock rub. So this was actually carved into the rock before they painted it. And this is the depiction. So this picture was done by a French Catholic priest. His name was Abe Henry Bruel. He was born in 1877. He was an archaeologist as well, a geologist, and a nethenthenologist. Don't ask me what that is. But he was also known as the Pope or Father of Prehistory. So he did quite... I got to do ever. Who's that? I'm taking that. I've got to do everything. He did quite a lot of research into folklore as well as looking at...
What am I on?
Hi!
I threw her out. We're good. What's happening? Sorry to interrupt your beautiful show and all this fuckery you got going on, girl. I just figured I'd jump in and welcome you to the channel and
thank you.
and see what the hell was going on in here. Good Lord, what's up, girl? You got the comments up on the screen? I can't even... What the heck is happening?
I can't read that. It's too little.
Yeah,
I've actually got my phone.
Yeah.
In front of me. Yeah,
What
because
happened?
I cannot literally read any of these comments.
Yeah. What, on the right side? If you leave them on the right side, you can see them really clear.
Yeah, but you only get one.
Because you're on your phone?
No, I'm on the main computer, but the comments on the right side, there's only one.
Oh, like this comment here by Mickey. Richie must be changing diapers and cooking mac and cheese. The guy's on. What are you, in my fucking window, bro? Weirdo. What's up, everybody on the side? How you doing? Everybody give Donna a big round of applause. That's right, Jib. We're here to buck everything up. Now, look at everything looks great. I love the background. That background is sick.
Thank you.
I always love the topics. Did I see you not run your beautiful intro that I put up for you?
Yeah, don't rocket yet.
All right.
I literally was in the studio and went, right, what do I do now?
Remember where you were. Everybody, we're going to take a quick intermission. In the meantime, I want everybody to enjoy this beautiful intro we have.
We are not just a group of individuals. We are a powerful force. Together, we are unstoppable. Each of us brings unique strengths, and when we combine them, there's nothing we can't achieve. Challenges will come, but we face them head-on, with courage and determination. There are no quitters here, only winners. We push each other to be better, to strive for greatness, and to never settle for anything less. Remember, our success depends on each and every one of us. Stay focused, stay united, and let's make our mark. We rise together, we conquer together. Now let's go out there and show the world what we're made of. We are unstoppable.
Just kidding. I wasn't going to do that again. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Banter Richie B Podcast Network. We are here live with the Curious Cryptids podcast. We got Miss Donna in the house. I just wanted to give the proper lady a proper introduction, right? You do your thing. You are killing it. I will sit in the background. If you guys got any questions on the side, I will post them up so Donna can see them. We'll make sure she gets to your answers. Good Lord, man. Speak, Richard. Speak. Did you enjoy your intro?
I did enjoy it. It was great at the beginning.
No, it was absolutely perfect the way it was. Nice and weird like we are, right?
Absolutely.
Enjoy the rest of the show. If you have any questions, I'll be backstage watching. Everybody enjoy Miss Donna and the Curious Cryptids podcast. Now, remember where the hell you were. That's the key. Goodbye.
Yeah, I know what I'm up to. No.
Goodbye.
Now he's knocked my picture off.
Well, I had to take your damn picture off so I could run the damn intro. Is that picture in your Google?
No, Sam had it on.
Was it in mine? Look at this one. This is a great comment right here. We got a big, huge comment right here we can read while you find your picture again. Did you use your own Google Drive?
No, Sam actually uploaded it for me.
Can I get someone on here to translate proper English, please? Terrible at this. What do you want? Do you know where the picture is?
What?
Do you know where the picture is?
What is happening right now?
I don't know. Did you call me or did I call you? Goodbye.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you go.
What is happening?
I want to try to get this comment up on the screen because I've never seen a comment so live. What? Well, that's craziness.
What is that?
Look at that comment, dude. I'm going to read it on the side. I've never seen like it. Okay, where is the... Hang on. I'm going to read that comment. Watch. I'm going to read this comment. I'm going to make it a life's goal right now. Let's see. Kenneth Kowalski says, as to humanoid creatures, I think back then the DNA was so closely matched, and there's your picture, by the way, closely matched that it would explain like the goat type people and such. Like, after all, if it moved, they mated with it. I mean, that's kind of human nature too, isn't it, buddy? How you doing? Even now, stories of people getting caught with sheep. Oh, okay. Are we trolling or we actually have a statement? Did you? If this is a troll and you took all this time,
No, he's not. He's
not.
He's definitely real? Not a troll. Yeah,
that's real.
Yeah.
Begging, well, let me finish it. We're talking about sex with sheep and goats here. Hang on a minute. Pretty much every creature that I would have awarded somebody who trolled that hard. Why do I think this is? Pretty much every creature. I can't say that word. Can you say that word, Jess? Looks the same. What is it? Festus? Looks the same at the beginning stages. So back then, the stories of such got passed down and became folklore, and still believed dragons were leftover dinosaurs that still roam till mankind finished them off, like we do with wild boars and wolves to protect the livestock and families. Holy shit, Kenneth, that was awesome. Thank you for that comment. Do you get all that?
Thank you, Kenneth.
What do you got to say about that?
Do I think they were left over?
Wait, that's all you picked up on the dragon? The dragon part? He's talking about sex with sheep and goats, and you go right to the dragon.
Richie, I live in the UK. They talk about that in Wales every day.
Oh, I'm dead. I'll go backstage where it's safe. Enjoy your show. Holy shit. Holy shit, Kenneth.
Honestly, he's obviously never been to the UK. Definitely not to Wales. Oh, anyway, back to where we were. So, yeah, the middle picture. And Bimo, thank you for the little tip. I'm having to scroll back now through all the comments. But, yeah, you're right. Henry Bray also found a great polychrome cave painting of a wolf in Font de Gomme. So, absolutely right. So the middle picture, the reason why I'm particularly picking this one out is if you look at the actual drawing, so bear in mind, like we said, that was a rubbing from the cave itself. So after they'd carved it out and then painted it, he took this drawing. And the thing that literally struck for me was when you look at it, it's almost like a bit of a mixture of animals. However, there are two distinct human features on that animal. It's got hands and it's also got feet. And they're not animal feet, they're human feet. Now, I get that we've probably been intelligent for millennia. Cave paintings were put on walls and things for everyday things that people saw. So lots of cave paintings show bison, horses, little stick men with spears. I don't know why, but they couldn't draw human beings at that point. It was just like little stick men that humans were depicted as. And you're right, Sam, it is absolute complete madness. The bottom left is my favourite. Looks like extraterrestrial heads. We're going to come to that one. So this cave painting is 13.5 to 15,000 years before Christ. That's what it's been dated back to. And it is not the oldest cave painting ever found. The oldest one so far ever found is about 67,000 years before Christ. The other little picture, I'll go down to the bottom for Adam, which is his favourite. So the bottom picture, I have got it written down, is actually from Australia. It's the Wajane rock art. This is relatively new. It's only 4,000 years before Christ. Right, and people say you think that's relatively new. If you think back to the oldest one found is 67,000 years, this is actually relatively new. However, you're right, Adam. People compare this to aliens, unknown entities. I actually, when I looked at it properly, and because the picture is very small, you can't really see it properly. I was thinking black-eyed children. If I go back to the middle, what are your thoughts on the middle one? What do you guys think that would depict? I'm just waiting to see if anybody answers anything first. Come on, Bimo. Yeah, they have held the test of time, Adam. There's quite a lot of rock art, actually, that's held a lot of time. Obviously, they use natural pigments and things. It's not like today's paint where you've got to keep repainting it. Plus, I suppose, in the caves and stuff, there are certain temperatures. Bigfoot. Oh, Van Gogh Screaming Man. I think, take it to thinking about this, Jason, with Van Gogh. So a lot of people have been saying that this actually reminds them of the Wendigo. It's got antlers on its head. The only weird thing about it that I thought was weird, not the fact that it's got human legs and hands, but it's actually got an owl's face. So not only have you got human, deer, you've also got owl mixed in there. Now, the top one is the Bergman scene at Glasgow in France. Let me move my little dots off it. So you can't really tell, but apart from the bison that's standing there, lying on the floor is what some people look at first and go, oh, it's just a human being. But when you look closely, that human being has actually got a bird's beak. And in front of it is a stake, and on top of the stake is a bird's head. Well, we've all heard cryptid stories about things like Owl Man, bird people. So that people are saying, is it possible explanations? Is some people think it's more shaman type rather than cryptid. But I link it because it's got half man with animal hybrid features. Now, the oldest one, so that Birdman one's 17,000 years old, before Christ. The oldest one that I've managed to put on here is this, the top one. That is the lion human. It was found in Germany. That's 35 to 40,000 years old before Christ. And the reason I picked it out is because it clearly has a lion's head, but the body is human. And now this was not a cave painting. This was actually carved in rock. So some people say it's just a deity, it's a spirit being, it's a mythical creature. But I want people to think back. I'm not saying that, like I said before, that we weren't intelligent back then, but we know that they drew things on caves from everyday life that they saw. So is it not possible, as Kenneth was saying there, so this will point me to Kenneth's answer, did our ancient ancestors from millions of years ago actually see these creatures in real life? Or were they just stories back then? What do you guys think? Oh, thank you, Ernie. You have a good dinner. So for me, when we talk about linking things back to ancient times, so folklore, for example, for me, if you can get its history and date it back to thousands and thousands of years, that for me says that there's something there, that is it something that we're seeing? I'm not saying it could be alive today, it could now be an extinct species, but there must be something there for them to remember this and for them to put it into paintings. Adam says Egyptian gods and I can't say the word now, Anarchy, and other gods were depicted with animal heads and human bodies. They were. So Egyptian gods, the Egyptian gods were creatures that have been seen. Yes, they did have human bodies, like Anubis, Sobek, for example. The Egyptians took things that they saw in real life and turned them into gods. That was for them to worship because, for example, if they had living on the Nile, everybody knows there was crocodiles in the Nile. Most of the Nile now is actually cut off by a dam, so there are crocodiles in there, so you're a bit safer. BMO says, yes, there were a lot of prehistoric things that we've destroyed. I totally agree with that. Sam says she agrees there's something to this, that they documented it in such a beautiful way. I agree with you, Sam. I think that we only bring back, we have memories of things, but as I said at the start, we have to have seen something. Something has to have happened, an event. We've seen a creature or something out there for it to stick in that memory and for those stories to be passed down. Yeah, some of the folklore that we hear is just simple warnings, if you will. Like I was always told by my grandmother about going near ponds, and I think every country in the globe has got one of these like warning things about children going playing near water. and it's to prevent, obviously, children from drowning. And the one that my grandmother used to tell me was about somebody called Jenny Greenteeth. We were told if we went anywhere near this pond, because it was filled with like algae and things like that, that she would come up, she'd pull us in and we'd drown. And that's because from when it originated round about the 17th century, quite a lot of young children did drown because they were left unattended. It's nothing like, obviously, modern day time. They'd all be running off in forests, in fields, playing, and quite a lot of children drowned. So the cautionary tales were created to prevent things happening. And I get that, but I got to do everything. He's back. So these cautionary tales are said. So some folklore, yeah, I do believe is just cautionary tales. So this is where the Egyptian gods came in. So, for example, if they had crops that failed, the pharaoh would turn around and say it's because you've not worshipped the gods. So they kind of create a god that will help the crops not fail. I mean, think about it though. If the crops failed the following year, the pharaoh could just blame the people and say, well, they failed because you didn't worship them enough. You didn't give enough offerings. You didn't give enough food. You didn't go to the temple every day. That's why they failed. The pharaoh did not have to take responsibility. Sam says her great-grandmother told us about a raw head and bloody bones. I've heard that story. Bloody bones under the stairs to stay in at night and not to go out and play. Would Greenteeth be similar to Lalonia? No, kind of. BMO's heard of Greenteeth. Jenny Greenteeth and Malevolent Warthog. Where Lalorna is more of a spirit, where it's wails and cries that draw people in, where Jenny Greenteeth just drags children underwater. Definitely from English folklore, particularly associated with Lancashire, which I'm not that far away from, and Cheshire, and I'm not that far away from there either. I'm smack bang in the middle. Sam's never heard of Greenteeth. Didn't they use big stone circles because they thought that would draw in rain in the crop and fields? Is that the Egyptians, Kurt? Hi, Benno. There was another one on here. Yeah, BMO, the deer-headed thing is called the sorcerer, probably like a skinwalker. What about the Egyptian god that looks like the Doberman Pinscher head? Some people say that the dog man looks like... you're thinking of Siwa. When you talk cryptids in Egypt, they don't believe in cryptids. So where you're saying about the dog type cryptid, we call it a cryptid. They don't. For them, it's something that just lives there. People have seen it, and I'm not gonna give it all away because there is a full show on that one, and it's actually going to be the first one. And the reason being is there's been particular two, I believe it is, that I've found incidents that have occurred that creature's involved with, a couple of attacks and how the witnesses describe it. So I don't want to go right into it because otherwise I'll give everything away, but you can do your homework on it. There you go. So that's going to be the first show. Let me just scroll up. Sam checking out, there's Mebro merch coming up soon, so make sure that you go and check out the store on the Banter with Richie B shop. Not only that, please go over and check out the Mebro page if you've not done already. I'm hoping everybody on here already has. It's a great place to go. A very, very safe place. If you've had any experiences yourself, or if you want to learn more, I'd suggest to go over there because it's a safe place to go. There are lots of admin in there. They don't allow any trolling in there. Really, really good. And they will answer any of your questions that you've got. So if you've got questions about anything like Bigfoot, structures, star people, anything like that, I suggest you go over to me, bro. Adam says, thanks for sharing about green teeth. First time hearing about it. I will do a proper full show on her as well. Obviously, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of not just cryptids, because we know that cryptids originally says that they are animals that have become extinct, that are still around, people still see them. They are unknown animals that science would actually look at. Do you know what I mean? If something was found, they would look at that as a proper animal, where science doesn't look at things like Bigfoot, Dogman. For them, that doesn't fit their narrative. Now, yeah, I studied paleontology, which is a science. However, they do fit into my little box. So it fits my narrative. You're referring to creatures like the wolves of Wiltshire. Bit confused. You're referring to creatures like the wolves of Wiltshire. Are we talking about the Egyptian dog? I've also heard of the wolf of Allendale or the Exham heads. Well, they're talking about bringing back wolves, actually, to the UK. That will be fun. So has anyone got any questions? Anybody want to know anything? Don't ask me anything about cryptids, because I'm not saying. It'll come to the show. I do want to say again, I want to say a massive, massive thank you to Sam for the brilliant intro. We got it in the middle. And again, a massive thank you to Richie for allowing me onto his podcast. And don't forget, there are other podcasts coming up. This Friday, Sam, have you got your show Friday, Sam? Mickey Possible Aliens. Moon-eyed people. So Sam's got her show on Friday, so make sure that you don't miss that. Banter with Richie B on Saturday. Sunday, you've got lovely Jean Tewksbury and her Ghost Cats and Cryptids. And then obviously on Tuesday, you've got Wojo. Want to be a part of more research? I'm getting questions on. Science ignores that visual depictions may be representative rather than literal depictions. So a being with wings may have not had wings but flew, an alien from a spaceship. That's from Benno. Martin says the alien stuff kind of creeps him out. I did have that print that had the head with the 3 fingers on it. Science is speculation. They were from Wales. There's quite a lot of things coming out of Wales today. Sheep. Cynocephaly. Some people obviously tie Cynocephaly back to Dogman. Dogman will be one of the mini-series that we do, because for me, other than Bigfoot, that is, probably Dogman's my most favourite cryptid. And I actually think the poor thing gets a raw deal, which you'll learn more about when I do the Dogman mini-series. Sam's doing one on aliens. Oh. So Sam's doing a night investigation from the back porch, but she'll see what happens. Run, goats, run. Oh, thank you, Kurt. Some great show ideas. In the future, and it is in the future, I am hoping to also take you actually out into the field, take you around some of the UK where some of the sightings have been. I'm hoping to be able to do the first one. It's been arranged at the minute for Cannock Chase, which is probably one of the most, I hate to say it, but one of the most paranormal places in the UK. So they've had sightings of Bigfoot, Dogman, all sorts of things. I'm not really that keen on the paranormal side of things, but hopefully we will be taking you down there. I will be linking up with an actual paranormal investigator for that one, though, just to keep me safe, who also knows a lot of things about the type of things that they've seen down there. I don't know if it's going to be fun for Sam. I'm terrified of the dark. And especially if anything happens. BMO says, you like Dogman. Your kind of woman. Absolutely, I love Dogman. Sam says she's scared too. Take a juice for liquid courage. I don't know about that, Sam. I'll probably be taking the full bottle to get me some courage. So, guys, is there any last questions that you want to ask? Anything about tonight? Anything about the pictures? Rhonda, I'm not scared of the dark. I'm scared of what's in the dark. And that's definite. Yeah, it's not the actual dark itself. It's what's there. What's your tattoo? So my tattoo is at the top. I've got the Ankh for life. I've got the Eye of Osiris, and then the goddess Isis, and altogether it's the House of Osiris. They were from my days in Egypt. Oh, thank you, Sam. Well, guys, we're coming up to like 3 minutes to go. I am up early in the morning. I have got to go to work, being over here in the UK. I do want to say that next week there won't be a show from me. I am going having a procedure done, but hopefully I shall be back the week after, everything going well, and I've recovered enough. Oh, Kurt, I'm not sure how. Maybe that either way. Not sure how much you believe Mothman, but I think Bigfoot and Dogman are talked about all over the world, as well as aliens. But there are certain cryptids to one or few areas. Mothman, anywhere else. There are similar creatures to Mothman around the globe. Could they all be linked together? Could they all be related? Hopefully when we do some things about that, we could maybe tie the links. That's another thing what I'd like to do, is see if we can actually tie links from around the globe. So some people might call it something different, but the features are quite similar. So would it be the same? Somebody's not getting comments in Restream, so pretty normal around here. BMO, you've been to Egypt. Where have you been? Adam Oilman. I'm trying to find out where BMO's been to Egypt. There's many names for the same creature or beings, I believe, as well. You're right. Sorry about the time difference. You're devoted to chat on our time. Normally, Mickey, I work from home on a Thursday. So literally where the studio is where I work from when I work from home. So normally I just fall out of bed and I'm in my office, so I can get up at like 5 to 9 and I'm sat here. And Thursday I only make phone calls or do all the paperwork that I need to do. So that's normal. But unfortunately tomorrow, because I'm not in work for the next 4 weeks, I have to go into the office. But it'll be fine. I'll sleep at my desk. My clients are used to me anyway. I'll talk to them about Bigfoot and things. They're fine. Site Nick in the 1980s for contingency operations. You went out there when you were in service. What do you mean, stop it? It's only midnight over there. Yeah, it is only midnight over here, and I'm up in 6 hours. You can't see either. You can't see any of the comments. The one thing I've got to work on is how do I get the comments from Facebook so I can actually see them both, unless I do it on my phone. But because the comments on here are so small, I can't see anything. Can't see them in Restream. That's rubbish. The light behind me is actually, I have got a little tank with some jellyfish in, not real ones, and the Aurora Borealis. Not in studio. That's rubbish. Grab a cup of tea. I don't drink tea, I drink coffee. So guys, I am going to wrap it up now. Thank you so much for staying. Fantastic questions as well, by the way. Thank you again to everyone for all your support. Banter, Sam, Wood, Georgine, Jason, Jared, Adam, thank you so much. You've been absolutely brilliant. And I'm hoping to see you not next week, but the week after. See you later, guys.